Now, during his joint address to Congress, President Trump highlighted the scourge of immigrant crime. Which, look, immigrant crime, do immigrants commit crimes? Yes, some of them do. And I'll get into those numbers later on. But let's watch and see what Donald Trump's solution, or one of his solutions, to immigrant crime is. Let's take a look.
We must support the victims of crime. I have ordered the Department of Homeland Security to create an office to serve American victims. The office is called VOICE, Victims of Immigration Crime Engagement. We are providing a voice to those who have been ignored by our media and silenced by special interests. Joining us.
Okay, so basically, there's his little announcement during a speech where he'll create a new DHS office called VOICE. Now, VOICE focuses 100% on immigrant crime. Now, not only is that kind of redundant, but it's also kind of dangerous and unnecessary. Let me explain. I mean, look, I gotta ask you, what makes immigrant crime different than regular crime? Crime is crime, right? It's illegal either way, and it gets punished either way. Well, the reason that he's doing this, I believe, is that it fits into a narrative. So if he can go and post reports on immigrant crime, that kind of feeds into what he's talking about, his narrative. That's actually really, really good for him. And of course, this has Bannon all over it. Now, they can point to this, the White House can, and go, oh, look at the criminal immigrants. And he'll be able to get regular people to look at these reports and to go along with him and Bannon's more extreme policies on immigration. That's sort of scary. Because again, crime is crime, and because of what the actual numbers are. According to a 2002 analysis of immigrant crime data, immigrants are actually not more criminal than non-immigrants are. And immigration rates are largely unassociated with crime rates. One of the studies said it is the least reliable and useful source of data that are used to support arguments about the link between immigration and crime. And of course, I'll add that some sources with an agenda continue to try to push this crime-immigration link. Business Insider also notes that if there is a crime increase related to immigrants, it's marginal and tied to poverty and theft. But on crimes that matter most, violent crime, a 2009 study finds that broad reductions in violent crime are partially attributable to increases in immigration, as many other recent studies have also similarly included. So what this is saying, more immigration equals less crime. Now, I'm pretty sure conservative heads just exploded. Like, oh my God, what are you talking about? No, we've been told that immigration equals more crime. But in ways, immigration is now, according to this study, more immigration, less crime. Why? Well, I'll get to that in a minute, but let me get to the incarceration rates for immigrants. Now, roughly 1.6% of immigrant males aged 18 to 39 are in our prison system, compared to 3.3% of native-born people. This disparity in incarceration rates has existed for decades, as evidenced by data from 1980, 1990, and 2000 decennial censuses. A 2015 update to an analysis of the Census Bureau and crime rate statistics said, quote, in each of those years, the incarceration rates of the native-born were anywhere from 2 to 5 times higher than that of immigrants. So basically, what am I saying? What is this data actually pointing out? It points out that if you're an immigrant, usually you're here to make a better life for yourself and your family. That's going to mean that you're going to do less crime. You're going to be more careful not to break the law. Now, look, nobody here wants criminal aliens, right? Which always makes me think of like Klingons stabbing somebody in a bar fight. I mean, come on, criminal aliens. You're a criminal alien. But look, criminals are usually deported, okay? And that's a good thing. We want the criminals, we want the violent criminals gone. We don't want them here. So, and that, look, we've been getting rid of them. In fact, under President Obama, as of 2015, more than 2.5 million undocumented immigrants have been deported by ICE since 2009. In 2013 alone, ICE removed or returned 235,413 individuals. Of that, 86% of those individuals were considered a top priority for deportation. Top priority, or priority one, means that these people were considered border security or public safety threats. So these are your criminal aliens. 86% of those deported in 2013 alone were deported because they were threats, because they were these criminal aliens. So the Obama administration had been cracking down on this. And now, since Donald Trump has been doing his ICE raids, the number of criminal aliens being deported has actually decreased because they've been adding in more non-criminal undocumented immigrants. And it's mainly because I think that they've expanded the definition of a criminal. If you cross the border and become an illegal or undocumented immigrant, well, that automatically makes you a criminal in the eyes of the Trump administration. That was not the same with the Obama administration. And look, I had gone after Obama for deporting nonviolent criminals. Those are the good ones who are here to create a life. Yeah, sure, they crossed a made-up line, but they actually did add to the economy. And of course, they do, according to the data, commit crimes at lower rates than native-born Americans. And look, so that's the data on this, right? So they commit crimes at lower rates. They're incarcerated at lower rates. And, you know, they do help with the economy. So maybe we ought to do, like, I don't know, some sort of immigration reform instead of kicking them all out, as Donald Trump wants to do. And as far as the, look, as far as the whole thing about creating a place where you post immigrant crimes for everybody to see, look, man, I hate to bring it up, but it's kind of what the Nazis did. Now, I'm not saying that Trump's a Nazi or anything like that. Don't freak out. I'm just saying that's kind of what they did. They posted Jewish crimes for people to see. Now, in my opinion, crime is crime. So when you single out the crimes of a specific group, it's because there's some sort of agenda at play. And that agenda usually is to demonize a said group. So just be careful of that. World went down this road before. And the results, they were not pretty. Again, I'm not saying that we're like Nazi Germany and, you know, Trump's a Hitler. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that what they're doing right now is very, very concerning. And we all need to be paying attention. And to make sure that we don't go further down a dark road that we really don't want to go. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.